#GIG, #FLCN for the Falcons.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. Gibbs, you talk about the offense for Falcons, and I think that the offense does need to pick up, but I do want to see them be a complete package. That's the big
Can I ban any nah-haters? To be fair, I've tried to, at some point I'm going to make it so that exclamation point banish will be so you can 5-minute timeout whoever you want.
Defense be super consistent. I want to see Roas push up a little bit more, and especially help out TRK, man. I feel like sometimes when they play the great teams, they end up relying on TRK to bring it low, do his signature move, bring low 50.
But as of right now, I have not implemented that.
Complete team package on Falcons on offense.
Boston Scott, he accidentally hit. He accidentally hit stream together. Caught you, brother.
You know, I think you could go either way on this one, but I talk up Team Falcons. I believe they truly are that good. I have to go Team Falcons.
Okay.
This time, the guaranteed glasses are back. Here we go, baby.
What's the record on the guaranteed glasses?
I am the biggest Team Falcons supporter ever on this show. I root for them in every single tournament.
That's true.
But Dignitas is on another level right now. I am picking Dignitas to take down
the guaranteed glasses.
To be clear, the glasses are 1-1.
These glasses, they were supposed to be. It's supposed to be the guaranteed, the lock.
It's a guarantee.
This is so
right
bad.
You have to pick close matches, all right? I am confident.
We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch. All right, we got one for Dig.
I got one for Dig. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going Dig. I'm gonna go to Falcons. Them guaranteed glasses ain't going that way. You got lucky last time with them glasses.
I
did laugh, but listen, them Falcons, man, they're looking good right now, I think. And we harp on them. They still finished top 6. They lost the NRG in Game 7.
Yeah, that's
whoa, Sombra Ghostas has got the rainbow name now.
You're playing well, but Falcons, when they're on, it's on another level.
Yeah, it is. While we're saying like, oh, the Falcons didn't look that good, they still managed.
When you realize guarantee glasses equals GG, he's on to something.
Roster 3-1. Historically, Falcons have never lost to Dignitas in RLCS, or actually in the history.
Unfortunately,
of Rocket League,
that was a big timeout.
I've got Falcons on this one until proven
for Mr.
otherwise.
Charlito.
See how the coin feels about it. Check out that blue, that blue and pink coin for Dignitas.
Let me just do some quick math here.
So we'll see if the coin and Gibbs and the glasses, I guess.
64 minutes, a nice hour timeout.
We'll see if they get it done there.
I did that in my head, by the way, chat.
Some fans for Dignitas in the chat.
That's because of glasses. The glasses, 10%.
Oh yeah, it has nothing to do with their history at Rocket League. One of the legacy.
What is the record of the glasses right now?
1-1.
Green is a rainbow. Sombra Ghostas has got Paint Unicorn on his name for me, and it does look like a rainbow. But that's because I have 7 TV.
On Dignitas, second time this season. Can Dignitas right the record? Let's get into it. Get a little bit of a watermelon matchup here. Love that one. The pink versus the green. Falcons versus Dignitas to improve in the sport.
Watermelon matchup. Falcons versus Dignitas.
Bring us where we need to be. Thank you, Wave Punk. We're going to get game number 1 underway between Dignitas and Falcons.
Who do we got?
Has been quite electric so far, Hercules, and I'm hoping this one lives up to what we're all kind of hyping it up to be.
Yeah, I really do think it's
is dig them.
The hype, or this is going to be, you know, all right, put it in an email, take us home for the rest of the day type of thing. But I don't know. Dignitas has been kind of on one today. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table.
Jory is especially.
Ooh, what's Rawas cooking? Why Falcons on the orange team for some reason seems so wrong. Maybe because they always play Twisted Minds, so it's like they always get their blue team, which is better for green. But Dignitas are just, I guess they're pretty blue themed this time around. Dude, everyone is using the champ rewards. Do I seriously need to go back? This is not Jory's, by the way. This is Stizzy's camera.
Yeah, I've heard pretty much nothing but good.
Can I make Koi my knight if he is here to mess with chat while I drive? You cannot, because the bots do not have anything for knights. It's okay to be king and not mess with chat. I mean, that's completely allowable. Ground double? Ooh, what? Was this an own goal by the team, basically? Yeah, this is the last touch. Yeah, so Jack hits it into Stizzy. Oh, gosh. Brutal! All right, let me set up my champion car.
I mean, you take what you get, right? At least it was pressure in the beginning of that one, so Falcons got to be feeling good. And off the kickoff, TRK almost sneaks.
Ooh, it's a season 13. Sheesh! Sheesh, my car looks sick now.
I mean, Jack is the definition of stuck between a rock and a hard place on this play. He has to make sure he doesn't run into TRK, so he has to go low. Not ideal because the ball's a little bit higher. Then he has to wait for it to drop. And Clears is just, he's behind the ball. Jack doesn't exactly
Fear
know he's
refresh?
coming.
Wait, why is
Clears
that?
just has a beat on
We have to go
position.
fast?
Jack's been doing it about it. Falcons, 2 quick strikes to start
A goose with too much prime.
Falcons are just they're a shooting machine, right? They're gonna go a million times in this series. Dignitas haven't quite been able to put a hand up just yet. This is one of their finer shooting moments right here. Jorius and Killers trying to duke out for that ball there, but big player from TRK, pass over to Killers. Off the ceiling, down, bounces out. Dignitas gonna try and follow this one.
Any one of these players can take over a lobby. We've seen it on Falcons. Killer's getting a nice start for sure. Dignitas not able to really find a lot of purchase in the orange half. Jack in the midfield will hold the line. Stizzy buys Jorius sometimes.
Close Gamba. All right. Submissions are ended.
He is down on the midfield line.
I'm still driving. Jackpot. But you don't want to hear from you again until you're no longer driving.
Dignitas looking for something. Jack looked like he might have got it here. He does beat one defender. Saw Stizzy get there quickly, but no play. Jory is nowhere for him to go.
Season 13 champion.
Right now, my eyes really are on Stizzy. He's that one player I want to see show what he's capable of. He was such a difference maker in the last Open. Of course, same can be said for the Falcons, finally having some hard competition out in Mina, but they come back on land and it's the same as always. Just routine, high-level gameplay. TRK just gonna nose this one down over to Ruas. Backflip into it. Straight to Killers. Stizzy already pre-jumped it up, trying to get a block.
I'm assuming that the card name is correct and the camera's just wrong.
Dignitas, a couple of different looks when they get control of the ball.
It would be certainly much harder to do it the other way around.
They tried just to force it with a reset earlier. A demo downfield opens it up for Ruas, and he got
Sheesh.
right off the board. 3-0 Falcons rolling in game 1.
Ruas stayed so far
EU?
on this one. It was just like
What a
everybody was
read,
running around.
dude.
Jorius didn't even,
Holy
I didn't
cow.
even know if he realized how long he had been there at that point.
EU just
great
can't
sneak
hang with the
attack
likes of
from the
NA,
Falcons.
dude.
3-0. Only 2 minutes to go in this game number 1. Dignitas struggling to find their way out on this field.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of getting that demo if you're Roas, right? You get to sit there for a couple more seconds, see what your team can do before you actually have to rotate back. And Dignitas, it's been a little hectic so far. It started with that own goal, as unintentional as it might have been from Stizzy on Jack's attempted clear. And then Killers really made things difficult with an early 2-0 lead. Dignitas would love to just get something going here for the rest of the series. Trying to hold on to this ball, that's not been easy. Jack expected a challenge there. He thought he was getting something quicker, and instead he gives the ball up.
Yeah, right now Dignitas are pretty, I feel like as far as their standards go, disconnected right now. This is a team that their bread and butter are those passing plays and those infields. And right now the Falcons, they are giving them no space to do what they are great at, so they're forcing these solo plays out of them that are very unsuccessful right now, but same can't be said for the Falcons. So Jack's gonna take this one away. 1 minute left to go, down by 3. They're gonna try and find something here to get their feet in the game.
Ooh, what a dunk.
Great read. Ceiling reset
That's
as
really
well.
tough to score, though.
It's looking good for a second, but he just could not get that ball in a position. A little pogo pass attempt from Jorius.
Jorius, love it. Even though it looks like it's Dizzy.
I love like, usually when they're down a little bit, you start to see like cheeky little random movements to get like morale up. Jorius air dribbling this one, no bump to follow, but 30
My morale is up.
Stizzy up
Consider
next
my
in terms of
morale
this.
sky high.
Not quite. Jack next. They're just really trying to keep the ball going forward. But at this
No,
point,
Ruas and Killers are correct.
Falcons came out absolutely swinging.
Ruas always sits on the far right, and he sits with his face inside the monitor.
They do not get off to that slow start. Dignitas gave him an inch, and Falcons took the mile. Jorius will get one for the road, although I don't know if that's the feel-good goal that they were looking for. Sure, they're happy to get it, but game number 2, Dignitas will be looking for a not-owned goal to start the game.
Listen, at this point, it's nothing to complain about or be upset about. 7 seconds on the clock, though. Seen miracles happen, but off the kickoff, I don't think they're going to find one here. Falcons gonna be taking this game number 1, maybe another one for the road home, as this one is still in play. Apparently Jack gonna send this one upfield. The boys from the Falcons want one more. They're respecting the ball in the air. Joey, I don't know. Is this your rule one? Keep the ball up or lock
When
cards?
I'm losing, nah, just get me out. I want to cue the next one. But Dignitas just want to stay as long as they can because you only got so many you can queue up here in this best of 5. Falcons get off to that strong start. And again, I feel like it was more Dignitas getting off to a weak start. If we're being accurate about it, that own goal really set a bad tone for them. They could never really get their wheels set, if you will.
Yeah, I think right now, again, I go back to that word disconnected a little bit. I feel like Dignitas aren't quite in that flow state, and they rely very heavily on a full team effort. It's usually at the minimum, 2 players got to be involved on a play.
A Gunther, save me the prime. I thanked you, right? Surely? Surely I wasn't too busy hitting the Lara to
Dignitas, they're gonna have to go back to the drawing
thank the
board a little
prime.
bit, on those pushes up on
Polish
the
his
offensive
dig.
front. But I mean, I don't know. Long
Oh,
series, got a little
goodness.
Yeah, I don't think Falcons really showed us that much in that game. It was a really quiet game 1 overall. And we'll see if Dignitas can reconnect, get the Ethernet back in the port, see if they can get that gigabit going.
I don't think it was that bad, man.
I don't know, that own goal is, that's rough.
This king has been ruthless, by the way.
It was only game 1. If you're going to do that, you have
This
to
has
be
been one of the more ruthless kings
killers
we've
don't have to
had,
work that hard.
who insists on
You can't give them
everybody
freebies
behaving
all.
at all
Has this
times.
team
New
at the
photo of
very-
Baby
at the
Fear
very bottom of
posted.
their power rankings, 5th. If
Ooh,
that.
what a beautiful
But a lot
painting.
of, people high on this team, you can understand.
You guys
why
wanna
they're
see
searching
a painting
accolades of this team.
that my son made
Close
today?
To winning
You better
a grand
type
final, these players.
W painting.
They've got
Holy
close
cow.
in the RLCS, but
That's amazing.
not quite have been able to finish it. The journey is
As you can
long.
see, there's a lot of green in the
We start on
painting.
Thursday. See what Dignitas have to respond though. Stizzy tries to get Mickey with it a bit, and
Sheesh.
that's a monster shot from Jorius to the top shelf.
This is the play I was talking about, where you got to have at least 2 players together, the musty forward and the quick
Nice fitty.
follow-through from
Nice
Jorius
fitty.
is finally what gets Dignitas into this series. They're finding a little bit of hope, I would say, especially like you said, it was off to a bad start in that game number 1, so hopefully for game 2 it's a different tone.
Loss up quickly. Dignitas. You said their passing game is one of the marquee aspects of this team. Also, those mechanics as well. Jack.
How come we don't see you through the green? I'm gonna let you figure that one out.
He's usually headhunting downfield, trying to create opportunities and space for Jorius and Stizzy to get there. Stizzy holding on to the ball well, but couldn't make much of that. Just tossed it away to Roas.
Roas going to try and keep this one in their possession. Actually manages to get past Jack. Killers sets up TRK. Jorius is going to deny them on this one, though, but very solid attempt from the Falcons. Just quick little handoffs, one at a time. Jorius is trying to 1v2 off this. Jack trying to finish the follow-up. It's up to the last man, Stizzy, but even then, not enough power to make that shot. But of course, in comparison to that game number 1, this is a much better Dignitas.
Jack concedes the midfield.
One of the benefits of King of the Marbles is, of course, to have the pink diamond.
The rule 1 was broken there in the corner by Falcons. It didn't look like Jack flipped off of it. Roas gets through.
Ooh.
Roas finding his way through the gap. And an unexpected
Roas is
shot,
cooking.
at least from the second defender from Dignitas.
Ooh, chipped up wave dash to himself, too.
And
then flew up and tapped it in.
They get themselves into a tied game with Dignitas here.
Twisted Minds are destroying TSM, by the way. From what I can tell, every time I look over, it's like a bajillion to 0. And in the final game, it's 3 bajillion to 0.
But Jack sitting in net enough to keep this one out.
How Jack ends up with that. That's kind of crazy. Wait, here's the pass. And the shot right through. Killers finds the lead for Falcons.
This is literally the Falcons playstyle. It is just one follow after the other, and you're kind of almost discombobulated at that point. You could see it with Stizzy. He didn't know who was going to
He's a little frustrated.
To prepare himself and guess correctly. Unfortunately for him, it was the wrong one. Falcons up by 1 now.
Who's our top 4? We got NRG, we got Ultimates,
Stizzy, you just gotta know that
we got
shot's coming.
potentially
You have to be
Falcons.
ready for it. Dignitas fight back again.
And then who's the last duo to play
Corner, TRK,
in the
no
uppers?
boost, forced to dump it away.
Vitality and Furia.
Field. Dignitas happy to let him get that touch. They're trying to get back.
Are you going to make a video on the Cash Cup final because it looks like it was cinema? I don't think I have the replays. I could ask Zapatos if their replays exist, because Joreas and Zapatos did in fact look like they had a Cinema Grand Final that I wasn't able to watch.
But they can't get it clear right now. That corner boost was stolen, but Jack got his other corner. Jory has got that midfield earlier, and now Jack's got a chance to find Jory is on the far side, but it's covered by 2 Falcons. Roas credited with the save and wins the 50 back over to TRK. They just won't let Dignitas have any time on the ball.
No, there's no time allotted whatsoever, and they haven't even been able to get, you know, a demo or a bump onto the Falcons to open up some space for themselves to take a shot. Instead, it's another clear all the way back. Jory is forced to play deep in that third, demoed off, so Jack's got to race forward, manages to get there in time on this one. And TRK is going to try and drop it from the sky to Ruas. Manages to do so off the back, double high.
Oof, what a save.
Not wide, just saved.
Just off the nose. Jorius gets demoed on the back line. Roas calling TRK off. They steal the corner boost, but they don't win that 50, and Roas gets to bail. Falcons out on that play. Well, that's killing them. You can win the boost battle, but you need that follow-up 50 as well to really put pressure
wow.
on Killers.
They're getting destroyed, man. Mina's crushing. It's a good time to be a Mina fan.
In their faces, but you do gotta
this round.
Credit to TRK, who was really messing with Stizzy on that one. So Dignitas had to send in the last-ditch effort for that save, and unfortunately for them, Killers was just faster.
And TRK got the boost steal as well, so there was just nothing that Jorius could do. And then Stizzy had to avoid him on the bump as well.
Yo, go, 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 yours.
This time, not really their own worst.
Looks like less
Falcons
is more.
just playing a rock solid game.
Wrong camera debuff. They didn't have it fixed. I thought for sure it'd be fixed by game 2. Is nobody spamming in chat? Yo, you have the wrong names and the wrong people.
Jack will keep it tight. Makes a one move.
It is funny how much it throws me off just watching. It's like hard to. My brain can't not for some reason figure out who it's playing, even though it's clear. It's whoever's name is there. I'm sure.
I didn't expect there to be that much power off of that touch. This last one right there, right into TRK. But my goodness,
they're cooking. NA4 greater than Mina 1 because EU greater than EU2 and EU2 less than Mina 1.
At that point.
Now you're cooking.
I did too.
Well, literally EU1 greater than every other like team ever. So NA4 greater than EU1. You could just use that in order to put all of NA as 1, 2, 3, and 4.
First defender loses it.
Got a little ahead of himself on that one there.
This is a tough match right now for Dignitas. How about Falcons? Making a statement against the team again. We talk about the expectations that Dignitas have on them coming into this because of how they played online. You get on land, and it gets a little different. Nobody on this team is without experience on Dignitas, but Falcons been there, done that as well, continuing to show you why they are one of the threats of the tournament.
Absolutely. Falcons are just menaces to the entire world, and they're going to try and do it one more time here.
Clean. Ooh, nice save.
All
right. 5-1. A cool 5-1. Twisted Minds 3-0. Falcons up 2-0. Diggs got to wake up. Diggs got to wake up. I know just what they need.
Yep, they're just, I mean, this team is incredible. They are so synergetic. And the frustrating thing is Dignitas actually have the capability to play that fluid. The Falcons, however, have given them zero space to do what they are good at. So right now, Dignitas are forced into this very defensive game when they're just being chained into their own half.
Like
Twisted Minds already won. It's over there. There's nothing to switch to.
The first pass out of that corner that Roas had gotten. Got the one at the end for the 5th goal, but I mean this corner is Dignitas are getting absolutely chewed apart in that right corner, and you can see maybe a little bit of frustration.
Dude, wide Joria's happy is just so wide. It's untouchably wide. You can't put the Belgian over it because it's so wide.
Bad, right? It's just the Falcons are suffocating them in their own half. 18 shots to 5 on Dignitas. Dignitas had a couple of moments, but it's like I said, I don't actually think I've ever seen Dignitas this boxed in for this long.
I mean, with Falcons, one of the best offenses in the RLCS, that they'll make any decent team look a step below. They're so fast. Again, it comes down to that pitch dominance. Can you lock down those canisters to actually be the faster team in the midfield? Falcons have been able to cover almost every time Dignitas get a clear downfield. You don't want to be dumping and chasing, but the touch quality from Dignitas beyond the midfield line has to improve as well. We get started with game number 3. Dignitas.
Can you make it where the king can decide any emote to type? I probably can. Pretty easily.
Same way. It has a beautiful pass between the twins to kick off game 3.
I mean, it's classic. Jack up initially.
I could do like a full message, probably be the easier way.
You try to cover it. Killers gets a great lead out to Roas, hits the backside of the net. Falcons are in vintage mode right now.
Oh my goodness, their synergy is just so much.
I have to do it some other time. I don't know if I'm gonna do it live, but
especially when it is just, again, it is very flow state. They're not overexerting themselves. They're not trying to force anything. It's just the way they play works beautifully against Dignitas.
The king should stop typing commands if they're driving. A new decree
so hard for them. They get that initial clear
from the streamer.
Follow is so slow, and it turns into these transitions. Of course, this time they are going to deny the double tap off the side, but Falcons, they just own this ball.
Dignitas have to find a way to actually start challenging these passes. That's the pass earlier from TRK to Roas was free, and Dignitas, they have the underneath. It looks like they could commit a man, but they simply won't in a lot of those situations, trying to go for a save or go on the back wall instead. Stizzy, no
Dignitas,
tries to hold the ball for the rest of Dignitas.
Not looking like online Dignitas.
Lining up Roas's touch, TRK.
Or maybe Falcons are just that good, man. Falcons are doing pretty well. Who was Falcons playing in the first round again? Team Secret, and they lost the game. Okay, they haven't looked amazing on land so far, but you could argue they have now.
It's vintage. Falcons are going to do it to him every time.
I mean, look at Roas, the touch right before. Perfect first touch. He's got control, and he says, "Come and shake it off me. Come and
You just drove 6 minutes to the grocery store. No RLCS, no Fear stream, no DSC. Just locked in on the road." Great work. I'm just gonna say, bro. Oh, Joris, do something.
Killer's got another catch up. Jack on the back wall gets the clear out, but Dignitas struggling to find their way.
Really, just I want to admire how quick Falcons are to be able to follow. But
Oh, well, there you go. I think Shogun was wrong when he said denied.
Importantly, after the initial clear, you can see how quick Jorius was to finish the shot, and that's what's been missing. This
Forced it through.
Follow-ups, the trust that you're actually going to be able to put it in.
And Roas had that trust from Stizzy. He saw him get that touch towards the back.
Go.
To defend the shot,
Oh.
angle where it's going to go, and Stizzy lets it go instead. Gets a little messy. Dignitas will take it. Jack late to the challenge. Roas gets an easy kick downfield, double hop, but Jorius gets there in time.
Where can I find the full dig song?
TRK opts to not take that challenge against Jorius. Killers
It's not meant for anyone's ears.
Pops out behind Roas. TRK bails him out, and it's off the posts. A little close for comfort if you're Dignitas.
That's beyond close for comfort. Of course, thankfully for them, they are only down by 1. So if you want to be close, that's the way to do it. Half this game left to go. Dignitas got to get out of their own half. They're going to try to hear Jorius up. Killer's already in his face. Jack and Stizzy both nose towards the ball. Quick follow from Jack is what they need, but unfortunately for them, it's that second touch that is constantly missing.
Jorius, this one's a time buyer. Jack had to go get a canister in his own corner. Now he's ready for this one. Pot shot. Midfield boost on the right, taken by Jorius. And the boost spawns for Stizzy.
Pretty good chance of 0 EU teams in the 2-0 Swiss round.
The ball. Killers just weaves his way around like a master tailor, but
Let's see, EU. Did EU go 4-0? They did in the opening rounds.
Falcons starting to get a little starved. Killers
and
TRK finally gets a canister.
Losing across the board? Are you saying they're going to go 0-4?
Falcons to get reset. Now stealing the corners, stealing the ball, getting some buffs.
Dig, Mates, KC. Yeah, dude, they could go 0-4 afterwards. Wow. 4-0 followed up by 0-4, which means they're all going to eat each other alive down in the 1-1 to send a bunch of them down to 1-2.
It takes more than even a clear right here. Stizzy had taken it out. And Killers immediately sends it back. Jorius, another hand up. Falcons still leading by 1. Just over a minute left to go. And all of these shots, Jorby, are just wasting the time that Dignitas need to be able to formulate some sort of a plan.
Stizzy had a good start to this. And Killer's getting up there as well. It looked like Ross would have been able to control it.
That's crazy to not have NA be NA1, NA4, and then Mina and Sam make the top 4 out of Swiss or whatever.
Taken away 50 on the clock here. Dignitas desperate to find each other, but Stizzy's got to respect the clear. Goes back in time, off the backboard. It's low enough boost to keep it out, but that no way is very valid because they're still pushing forward.
All right, Dig.
Shows you how desperate Dignitas are. The Stizzy's just trying to go for
It's now or never, brothers.
Any way to get through Falcons, just keep on pushing their pedal to the floor. Dignitas trying to keep pace, but they keep on losing it. Takes the last man to make a stop. Apparently, Jack runs into Rolas. TRK
not gonna be good enough to just make saves.
Boost, but gets bumped. Killer's not gonna be on target. They gotta go right now. Jack.
You might get a pretty tough matchup in those 1-1 rounds. I guess you're gonna have to play against. The Buckles doesn't even force you that you play against someone who came from the lowers, right? Wow. Instantly out, dude. Instantly out. Sheesh. How is the alt stream going? Alt stream's got 4 minutes. Alrighty. Last round of the day, chats. Jackpot Roper has been a extremely active king. Do you want to revolt against him? Now's a chance. If you're a sub and you win, you become king. If not, you get a sub. Type !point play. We got ads. We'll be back in a bit. Oh, I'll listen to. You can listen to the interview.
Yeah, I think most teams are aware of, the Dignitas style, and of course, Sam's gonna be set.
We pre-jumped the ads. Forgot we have interview.